The Dragon Marching Band this year's competitive theme is BB Wolf. If you've not had the chance to see our wonderful, amazing Dragon Marching Band perform, please try to do so. They're one of the top marching bands in the state of Michigan and have their own competitive schedule as well as performing at Lake Orion High School events on the football field. Please welcome the Lake Orion Twirlers. This group of young ladies meets at the Surf Building every week to learn how to use their skills in throwing batons. Directly behind the Lake Orion High School banner is the Lake Orion Twirlers. Everybody give a round of applause for Chief Narsh and the Lake Orion police car. Held by students Danielle Briley, Mackenzie Ovison, Lindsay Moran, Becca Roberts, and Savannah Smirno. Welcome the Lake Orion Leadership Class and the 2014 Homecoming Parade. Please welcome the Lake Orion Twirlers. And the 2014 Color Guard. Band director Mr. Michael Steele, the Lake Orion High School Marching Band. Again, thank you to the 2014 Dragon Marching Band. You'll notice the Dragon Marching Band has equipment trailers as well. They are a performing marching band. They have their own competitive schedule. If you have not had a chance to check them out, please do so. Usually they make it all the way to the state finals. Directly behind the Lake Orion Marching Band is our first elementary school. Please welcome the superheroes from Weber Elementary School. Weber, where superheroes are made. Congratulations to the team from Weber Elementary School. Next up, we have our school board members represented in the Jeeps. Please welcome Mr. Scott Taylor. Next to Mr. Taylor, we have Miss Heidi Mercer. Heidi is our Assistant Superintendent of Curriculum and Instruction. And in our next Gowling Jeep, we have today Connie Meach from our school board. Next up, we have our Lake Orion High School Choir, led by their teacher, Mr. Bryce Thompson, again, the Lake Orion High School Choir. And directly behind them, we have the team from Stadium Drive Elementary School. Shout out to Mr. Eric Rutledge, the PE teacher. Next up, we have the cross-country team from Lake Orion High School. Built Ford Tough, ladies and gentlemen, Built Ford Tough. And the team from LA Dance is directly following with their Chinese Dragon in the parade today. Next up, we have the team from Scripps Middle School. The Scripps cheerleaders and administrative staff, Mr. Dan Haas and Mr. David McKay. And all their kids. Shout out to Mrs. McKay. Next up, we have the Rumble in the Jungle from Pine Tree Elementary School. This year's homecoming theme is Lion King. You'll notice Pine Tree has taken that to a whole new level with their jungle-themed truck and animals and all of their theme here. So please welcome the team from Pine Tree Elementary School. Following Pine Tree, we have our youth cheerleading. Don't mess with these dragons. We have the youth cheer and football program. Dragon cheer and dragon football at the youth level. Once a dragon, always a dragon here in Lake Orion. Next up, we have the team from Lake Orion Liquid Lightning. This talented group of swimming athletes practice at the LOHS pool and compete in northern Oakland County. Just keep swimming, just keep swimming. Please welcome the team from Paint Creek Elementary School. Paint Creek is our newest building at Lake Orion Community Schools. The team from Paint Creek Elementary School. Next up, we have the cheerleading team from Oakview Middle School. Shout out to Rachel and Jake from the leadership class for carrying the flag. Coached by Nicole and Sydney Fortin, again the team from Oakview Middle School. Let's welcome the Lake Orion High School dance team. Varsity and junior varsity, these lovely ladies perform at home Lake Orion sporting events. Again, the Lake Orion High School varsity and junior varsity dance team. The team from Orion Oaks Elementary School. Again, Orion Oaks Elementary School, our multi-age elementary school. Welcome last year's homecoming queen, Brianna Anderson. Brianna is the 2013 homecoming queen at Lake Orion High School. Please welcome Bree Anderson. Next up, we have our freshman court representatives. Everybody give a shout out to the freshman homecoming court. Miss D'Onofrio and Mr. Frank. Again, our freshman court representatives from the freshman class. Next up, we have our sophomores. Please welcome Maddie Check and Andrew Shonahan. Maddie and Andrew are our sophomore court representatives. Again, a shout out to the local dealerships that helped us out with today's convertibles and pickup trucks. Galling, Malash, thank you very much. Our junior reps, Mr. Charlie Rose and Miss Mackenzie Case. Again, our junior court reps, Charlie Rose and Mackenzie Case. Next up, our first members of the senior court, Mr. Jacob Wakai and Miss Megan Reamer. First members of our senior court, Jake and Megan. Next up, we have Maddie Tate and Sean Mercier. Maddie and Sean are our second couple on the senior court today. Thanks to Wally Edgar for our convertibles today. Next up, we have Jeff Snyder and Madeline Ray. Jeff and Maddie are members of our senior court today. Following them, we have Austin Jones and Carly Jarvis. Again, Austin and Carly are members of our court today. And our final couple, Grant Johnson and Cheyenne Sloan, our final senior court in the car driven by Kelly McDonald. Again, our homecoming court members today, Grant and Cheyenne. Please welcome Carpenter Elementary School. As the rain sets in, let's see if we can finish this off today. Followed by Walden Middle School. Again, the cheerleading team from Walden Middle School. Their banner carried by members of the Lake Orion leadership class, Ryan Henry, Lauren Thorne, and Alexis Stuckey. Walden Middle School, followed up by the men's tennis team. And Walden Middle School cross country. Run fast, Walden, run fast, it's raining. Men's tennis team, our varsity tennis team today. Shout out to Kyle Turk carrying the banner today for the men's tennis team. Following up, we have the team from Blanche Sims Elementary School. Blanche Sims was the host of our parade today, allowing us to line up in their back parking lot. Thank you to Blanche Sims and the team from Sims for letting us line up in their parking lot today. Great Dragons out today to celebrate our homecoming parade. Next up, we have the women's lacrosse team. Again, women's lacrosse, one of the newest sports signified by the Michigan High School Athletic Association. Lacrosse has picked up a huge following here in Lake Orion and over the last couple of years. We have a freshman, junior varsity, and varsity team, both the male and female. But again, we've got our ladies varsity lax or lacrosse team. Followed up directly behind by our women's volleyball team. Congratulations to our ladies volleyball players. We've got our varsity, junior varsity, and freshman volleyball players today, sporting it out in the rain here at Lake Orion. Followed up by our varsity girls golf team, who just coming off a hot Oakland County championship this weekend. They are ranked #1 in the state in women's golf. Congratulations to our women's golf program led by Coach Monty Gallagher. Again, our ladies golf team, #1 in the state so far, coming off a hot championship. And next up, we have the soccer team, our men's soccer team, freshman, varsity, and JV, followed by our varsity, junior varsity, and freshman cheerleading and football, and varsity football players looking for a win on Friday at the homecoming game. Again, our varsity, junior varsity, and freshman football team. Shout out to Cooper Hazel, who's looking for a shout out. Again, we thank you very much for attending the 2014 Homecoming Parade today. Please safely, apparently the lip dub is still on if you're planning on staying around for that this afternoon to support our Lake Orion community.